Well, boys, I was headed home and started to sound like it was firing off of like 3 or 4 cylinders. Couldn't get over 2,000 RPM. I was blowing black smoke everywhere. And I pulled off right here, or I pulled off down the road up there, shut it off, and then turned it back on, and then came over here just so I'm in a parking lot, not on the side of the road. And I went to start it up, and it would sound like it wasn't firing on all cylinders, and it would die right away. And now the truck doesn't want to start. I had good fuel pressure at 16 PSI. You guys know I have the AirDog, so fuel pressure wasn't an issue, but I'm thinking that the injection pump shit the bed. So I have my buddy Justin coming over. He's most likely going to tow me home, but I told him to bring a crescent wrench because out of all these tools I have in here, I do not have a crescent wrench. I want to take the injection lines off where they meet the connecting tubes to the injectors, and I want to see if I'm getting fuel. I'm going to have him crank it, and if I'm getting fuel there, then I know it's probably not the injection pump. But if I'm not getting any fuel, then it probably is the injection pump, and we're going to have to swap it out. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for him. He said he was on his way, and he should be here soon. I was driving on the main road over here, and it's doing like a 2-step on 2,000 RPMs, like pop, 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 pop. And it wasn't running on all cylinders. And I look back and I'm just smoking out the road, man. So I'm thinking that it is the injection pump, just the way that it felt. At first, my first thought was like, dang, I blew a head gasket and something's wrong with the cylinders. It's not firing on all cylinders because of that. But it probably is the injection pump. So the dang thing left me stranded almost on the side of the road. Good thing I got it to this Ag Seed parking lot. Hopefully they don't get mad at me. But yeah, I've checked over the engine bay, got oil, got coolant, got all that stuff. So just waiting. Not sure which way he's gonna tow me home, but I'm still not running a filter on this turbo because I don't have that cold air intake box. But I don't think that has anything to do with it. I didn't get any water in there or anything. So I did notice that this clamp on the boot was off. So I went ahead and just tightened that back up. I knew I had a boost leak because I wasn't really building any boost. A couple days ago when I was driving, I noticed I wasn't really getting over to like 10 PSI, and I figured with the injectors, I would be spooling this turbo like crazy. So there's a little bit of boost leak right there. I'd fix that. But what I'm gonna do is remove this nut right there, the 3rd nut and the 4th injector, and just have them crank it over and see if I'm getting any fuel there, because that injection pump may be screwed. So I might have to be buying a new injection pump. Let me know in the comments below what's a good injection pump to go with. I know HOTROD VPs are pretty good. They're pretty pricey. They're like $1,700 plus a $400 core charge. A couple other companies make them a little bit cheaper. That HOTROD is from Industrial Injections. So yeah, it's a waiting game for Justin, and then we'll go ahead and check out those injectors when he gets here. And there's Justin to the rescue. Yeah, I was riding on the road right here, and I left the gas station, and it's like, sounds like it's running on like 3 cylinders or something, and it's just pouring black smoke. I'm like, I better pull off on the side road. And I pulled up over here, I stopped the truck, turned it off, and then turned it back on. And I figured instead of being in the middle of the road, I came right here, turned it off again, went to turn it back on, didn't want to crank. Or it cranks, but it doesn't want to start. So, huh? This needs to be a 19, big enough to be a 19. This one's probably good. So what I'm gonna do is just remove the 1, 3, and 4, and then I'll have you crank it, and I'll see if I get fuel. If I'm getting fuel, then it's something else besides the injection pump, but I'm pretty sure it's the injection pump. Some guy stopped. He was like, "You need any help? I was like, well, the truck won't start. He's like, you make those YouTube videos, don't you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, this flatbed's sick. I'm like, thanks. All right, go ahead and crank it. Just do it for like 10 seconds. It should shoot fuel right away if there's injection pumps working. The injection pump is a goner. I should have been getting fuel right away at that injection line, or this injector, so. Yeah, out of all the tools I have in there, I don't have a crescent wrench.
You got everything you don't need.
I got everything I don't need. So, I don't know if it's best to just take that dirt road.
I looked at it when I came by and it looked good from that end, down past your house. It didn't look like it was wet or something.
The dirt road?
Yeah.
So you think we should take the dirt road? Just so we can go slower instead of hopping on the main road?
That'd probably be better.
Alright, figure out where we're gonna freaking mount this tow strap without ruining the bumper. If we take the bumper off, we can hook it onto that main support right here. Yeah. Let's go and throw it on the bed, I guess. Yeah, it'd probably fall out of mine.
Throw the bed of mine?
Yeah. Shouldn't fly out. So we are gonna hook the strap that I have to this main support right here, and we couldn't have the bumper in the way because it would have ruined the bumper. So we got all the bolts out of the bumper off, and we're probably gonna take the dirt road that's down this way. It's a little bit longer of a drive, but we'll be able to go slower and we'll have a more controlled environment if I have to hit the brakes or whatever, so I don't run in the back of him or whatever. And there's a pretty big ass hill that we got to climb up there. So we're just going to take it safe, go on the dirt road. Hopefully it's not too muddy and we don't get stuck or whatever. So a Chevy towing a Dodge home. Probably won't film any until we get on like the dirt road because I'm gonna be on the phone with Justin just so I don't like run into the back of him or whatever. So see you on the dirt road. It's on the brakes a little too much. I can hear that the brake fluid boiling, but it is smoking a good bit. I'm gonna let it cool down. We coming down some good hills, so. As long as the caliper doesn't bust, we'll be good. Because I don't want to have to buy a new caliper and clean up the mess on these wheels, because it's happened before. I tell you what, that Chevy's barely even bouncing around, and I'm just getting bounced to heck. You can hear this, probably a wheel bearing or something on this front end. It's squeaking along, but I haven't really used my brakes at all this second go around because they were getting really hot, and I got to call him back because he's losing tension. But we are almost back to the house, and I got a little bit more dirt road to go. And just like that, boys, made it safely to the house. And pulling on this main road from the dirt road, man, but made it. Appreciate it. Now I gotta buy a new injection pump. So that kind of ruined my plans for the weekend. You guys know that I was gonna go to the twins' house tomorrow. We're gonna have to put that on hold. Try to order a VP tonight. That way it's gonna be able to ship on Friday, which is tomorrow. So I don't want to order it tomorrow and then have it not be shipped out until Monday or something like that. So I'm gonna order a VP tonight. We'll have to just take that off. And yeah, so there it is. Truck is back home. So big shout out to Justin. I'll leave his Instagram in the description below if you guys want to go give him a follow. So before I order a VP, I want to try starting it when it's cold. Obviously, it's nighttime. It's like almost 11 o'clock at night. But I wanted to go ahead and try this because people online were saying that if it's a bad VP, sometimes it will still start when it's cold. And then you start having problems as it starts to warm up. So I wanted to see if it will go ahead and start on a cold motor. So just for shits and giggles, let's see if it'll start up on a cold motor. And it does. So we're looking most likely it's a bad VP. He's having trouble. It's having trouble pushing fuel to the injectors, and it's going to start sounding like it's a one cylinder after the other is going to start cutting out because the VP is not pushing any fuel to the injectors. So it looks like the VP is the problem. I'm gonna try to lock one down. We'll have a new VP 44 for this truck. And there it goes, just shut off. So, looks like we got a bad VP, boys. Can't even move. That low tune, baby. It's got 17 PSI fuel pressure. So that fuse does work. I was trying to look online and see what I can do to make sure it's the VP. I know I saw a lot of people switching this fuse out with this fuse right here, which I just took that fuse off, so I don't think that's going to be a problem with it being that fuse. So before I go ahead and spend $1,700 on a new injection pump, if I'm gonna get a new injection pump, I might as well go ahead and get the HOTROD VP. I wouldn't just get a reman, because remans are like 1,100 bucks. And then a new hot rod that can handle more horsepower It's only like $500 more, so I might as well go ahead and get a Hot Rod VP. But before I shell out the money, I know I said in this video that I probably had already ordered it. I have not ordered the VP yet. I wanted to know your guys' tips and tricks to figure out if it is the VP. You guys saw I just pulled that fuse and it shut the truck completely off. You guys saw last night where the RPMs were just bouncing around and then eventually died. It sounded like it was only running on a couple cylinders. The truck died. That's pretty much what happened when I was driving. The truck was running really rough. I was blowing black smoke out the back, and eventually the truck didn't want to start. Now, some of the symptoms of a bad VP is the truck will start when it's cold, but when it gets warm, the injection pump doesn't want to work, which happened yesterday. The truck was warm. The truck didn't want to start again. You guys saw that it was just cranking and cranking and cranking. And then I came out here last night and the truck fired up. I came out here today and the truck fired up. But I bet if I didn't pull that fuse, probably in about a minute, 2 minutes, the truck would have just shut off because it got warm. But let me know your guys' tips and tricks to know if it's a bad VP or not. I think it is, just from the symptoms that I'm having. I want to rule out anything before I go ahead and shell out the money. If you guys want to help me buy a new VP44, I have these decals on the website right now. Every dollar that I get from these decals being sold will go straight to a VP44. So if you guys want to help me out and purchase a decal, I'll leave the link down below. It's dippindiesel.com. But help your boy out, purchase a decal, and we can go ahead and get this truck driving on the road again. But that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think the issue is. But anyway, we will see you guys in the next video. Go check out dippindiesel.com and help support the channel, and we'll see you guys later. Dippin Diesel out.